Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to fakie. So here we go. Alright guys, there's 3 ways that you could do a fakie. There's one called, well I just call it a regular fakie. You go backwards and just kind of like hop around. That's the easiest and it's the best way to start off. The other one is called a slider. You would go backwards and like pretty soon slide your tire. And then the other one is a half cab, which is the hardest. You go backwards, and then you give a little hop. Alright, so guys, before you start doing a fakie, spinning out, slider, half cab, any of those, you want to know how to be able to ride backwards for at least like 2 cranks backwards. The way you do a rollback fakie is that you would go up to the wall. You could bring up the back tire if you want, if not, it's fine. You would go back and try to put not any pedal pressure, but enough to keep the chain from going backwards. If you're in desperate measure, of course you can pull it back a little bit more, but to keep it smooth and nice looking, you don't really want to put a lot of backswings. Now, I've seen a bunch of people do this. It just looks really stupid and you're putting too much effort into the easy trick. They go up and like pedal 10,000 times. And it's really stupid looking and it's just pointless to do. So, another trick for doing the rollout would be that when you're going backwards, you should lean back a little bit. So, when in a video you'll notice that my hands are pretty much straight when I'm going back and my bottom is like pretty much over the tire. This just helps you keep balance and also makes them look a little bit nicer. Now that you have rollback style, you can do it for at least 2 times. You can start doing fakies. Now, if you're right foot forward, you're going to be spinning out to the left. And if you're left foot forward, you'll be spinning out to the right. Starting into the fakie, you'll approach it just like a rollout. You'll go up to it, and you'll push back just like a rollout. Now, once you had pedal back at least, maybe even once, you can start turning when the crank is almost on the bottom, pointing at the ground. So when your front foot forward crank is pointing towards the ground, you can start turning. Now when you're turning, the pedal of course is going to keep coming backwards, and when it gets parallel to the ground, when it gets parallel to the ground, that's when you're going to put pedal pressure and turn around. Just with doing the regular fakie, remember that you, of course, don't want to fall out off of the back. So don't do it like really sketchy where you're like up here. The main trick that I think for doing a fakie is paying attention to your, like where your pedals are. Because when I learned them, they were just like all over the place, and I tried turning out when they were like here, 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 anywhere. You've got to pay attention to if your front foot forward pedal is like parallel to the ground. Alright, so once you have the regular fakies dialed, and you can do them like almost every time, you can start doing the fakie slider. This trick is a lot harder and actually a lot different than a regular fakie. The differences are that you're not going to put pedal pressure, and also your front tire is not going to come off the ground. Alright, so you would go up to a wall, you would just approach it like a regular fakie. You would go backwards, you would pedal back a few times of course, and this time you'll do the same thing, except when you're about to spin out, you don't put any pedal pressure on. You don't spin the cranks back like crazy, but you just want to like spin them back enough so there's no pedal pressure. So you would go back, pedal back a couple times, and then no pressure, and then you just slide out. Another trick to fakie sliders is that when you're turning, you're not going to like completely turn the wheel sideways. You're going to be turning it to the point where it's barely just going straight, like where you wouldn't hear anything, but you would turn it just a tiny bit outwards and point your body, and you would lean over, point your body this way, and then you would have to just force the wheel towards you. So now that you have fakie sliders down, you can start doing half cabs. This trick is pretty hard, and it will take a lot of practice. The half cab, as I showed you before, is where you go backwards and then hop, and it just looks cleaner than the regular fakie or the slider, and it's also good if you're going fast backwards. A good thing to know before doing half cabs is how to 180. When you're doing the half cab, you're going to have to twist your whole body and be able to force the bike sideways with you. So it'll be good to know just the rotation. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to a wall or whatever you want. You would go backwards, obviously, pedal back a few times, and you're going to turn the wheel. And actually, once you're about like 90 degrees, that's when you're going to want to put a little bit of pedal pressure to stop you, and then hop. Thing to keep in mind with this trick is when you're going backwards and you're hopping, it's not just a little scooter hop around. You're actually going to have to J-hop. So it'll be back tire and then lift it up. Alright, for hopping with the half cab, it's going to take a lot of time to master, and you're probably going to bust your knees a lot because you're going to be putting a little bit of pressure. In midair, if you're still putting pressure, your foot will swing forward and your knee will probably hit the stem. So you may want to like wear knee guards or put like something on the stem to protect it. The hop with the half cab is something that will take a lot of time to learn to get height. Now when you're going backwards, as I said before, you're going to go to 45 degrees, and then you're going to start swinging around the front, and you're going to lift it up just like the first fakie I taught you. But this time, you're going to have to lift the back. When I first learned the half cabs, I actually like started going backwards and then hopped and then like somehow ended up like over here. And that's normal. You'll be able to fix that over time. I'm still working on that now. So don't worry. Just be able to get the hop for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel. This trick is not going to take you that long. It'll probably take you a month and a half. Don't give up. It's a really fun trick to learn. You could throw it anywhere. You can do it after 180s, 540s. It's just a really good trick to know, just like at the skate park, for whenever anything happens.